lesson 18, the last Kriyas. There will be 2. And with those 2 Kriya exercises, we have the final preparation for the introduction of pranayama, or energy control, next week. You will see. It's very logical. Sutra, Hatha Yoga Pratipika, chapter 2, Sutra 35. Then Kapalabhati is described. Perform Rechaka and Puraka rapidly, like the bellows of a blacksmith. This is called Kapalabhati and destroys phlegmatic diseases. Kapalabhati is one of the few Kriya exercises that is actually done but it's usually presented as a breathing exercise. Kapalabhati. It goes like this. It's rapid breathing. However, we look at the symbolism behind the logic, of course, also the connection with the previous 5 Kriya exercises. If you do them literally, there is no coherence, there is no logic. If you understand what they are designed to do, the preparation for pranayama, it all starts making sense, and it is actually very coherent in the way that we have approached this. The sutra specifically states that you start with outflow of Shiva energy. Shiva out at the bottom, Shiva in at the top. And you repeat that. Do not be concerned with where the energy goes. This is letting water out through the anus in Vashti, expelling water. This is the swallowing of the bandage in Dauti. This is Kapalabhati, but it's not complete actually as a preparation for pranayama without Gajakarani, which is described in Sutra 38. Then Gajakarani is described. Draw up the apana to the throat and vomit the substances that are in the stomach. The gradual practice of which brings all the nadis under control is called Gajakarani by those who know Hatha Yoga. Apana prana is the energy of which chakra? Muladhara chakra at the bottom. Apana prana is energy. You're not going to vomit, you expel impurities. So symbolically that has been described as vomiting, but vomiting is a form of expulsion of contents of your stomach. But this has nothing to do particularly with your stomach, not in a physical sense. You pull energy up to the throat, and then you expel the energy. So what we have here, pulling energy up from the bottom to the throat basically, and then expelling. Shakti in, Shakti out. And now we have the complete picture for pranayama. Next week, we will start pranayama based on this principle, but with the addition of a structure. There will be counting, and there will be a certain order of inflow and outflow, and in between there is a retention of the energy, and in total there are 9 pranayamas. Each pranayama has a different structure and therefore has a different purpose, different effect, and they really work. How that works I will explain next week. We have amazing examples of people who healed themselves with pranayama after having tried breathing exercises that didn't work. So I will elaborate on that next week. For now, we have Gajakarani, first Kapalabhati, followed by Gajakarani. The names are not so important. What is important is executing those exercises, playing with the concept of energy control. And the time that you have left, you concentrate on nada. Questions? You start with Shiva out. It's a little bit strange. Normally you would start with Shiva in. That seems logical. But the sutra is very clear. You start with out, Shiva up, then Shiva in. And you do that repetitively. Out, in, out, in. With Gajakarani, focus on the lower part of your body, and especially Muladhara chakra. And then imagine pulling up. Not like Kapalabhati where you do it fast, but slowly pulling up a large amount of Shakti energy. And then you let it flow out. So Kapalabhati you probably do several times, multiple times, because you do it rather fast. Outflow, inflow, outflow, inflow. They say repetitively, like the bellows of a blacksmith. Gajakarani, you do a little bit more slowly, and as a result of that, it becomes more intense. You pull up the Shakti energy slowly, and then you expel it. If you feel like repeating it, you can repeat it, but the idea is that you feel what you are doing, that you use the mind to try to direct energy.